1 hour from the city. And we moved many times. So I grew up between city and the farm and the village. And I brought my friends from the city into the village and the village to the city. And I was able to connect these two worlds. And then it's developed bigger when from South America I went to Europe. At first was Argentina and Germany. And then was Germany, Mexico, or Mexico, the US. And through the training and the journey, after all the healings, develop South Hemisphere, North Hemisphere, West Hemisphere, East Hemisphere. For me, went bigger and bigger and bigger, connecting spirituality in modern world, connecting different cultures. And the big bridge for me in my life was the spiritual wisdom from the Americas. It was the bridge that connect my inner world and my life. My life with my inner world, in my inner world with my life. And brought all these pieces that I was able to integrate. And then now, today, that I offer to others. The bridge is something natural. Like I can say, so I have dark hair. Or like a tan in my skin. This is an ability that naturally happened to me, or received. The calling is something different. The calling from spirit is something that you feel inside you and grow and beats. It's alive and knock you. Tack, 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 tack. I'm here. Are you ready to go? Let's go. Let's embark in our journey. The journey of the soul. The journey of growing more and more into a happy life and who you really are becoming and who I am becoming. I'm becoming more that I'm now than I was yesterday. I'm becoming more that what I'm doing today than I did yesterday. I'm becoming my essence. That is what I'm becoming. And some people, they don't know the essence of themselves. It's not bad, it's not good. It's not in the way. It's just in the moment. It's part of the process. As we said, when we are growing a little, no, in kindergarten, then we go to school, and Spirit guide us in this process in life. Really guide us. And this essence is who I am becoming and who I truly are. And you know the essence is you. You know it. And the path is to be more and more and more in this space and who you are.
Yeah, Maria Clara,
yeah.
Thank you for being here from San Francisco to Bucharest. Yeah, and the four-direction journey, the calling. When I was hearing you speaking in that green, beautiful field about your life, the space from your words. We're speaking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. So, the essence of what we are, and the crisis that we have, and the difference, and the distance between our inner, most precious life and our outer life. Sometimes quite a distance, nothing to do.
Sometimes it's just an idea. What I mean with that is sometimes we give too much energy to the idea, or we believe that this idea is a distance. You know, we're perhaps too much focused and then outward, and that is what create a gap between the inner world and the outward. And for that, there's so many tools to help us to get realigned and to get back inwards, you know, so that after that, your inner world is it start to express outside. You know?
So when I think that it's quite a distance between my essence and my life, this is a construction which I energize with. And so I'm building my own trap, thinking that I am trapped in this distance.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. This is not the perspective in a way.
I think sometimes it's more the ego trying to tell that. Because if we see, I come always to the example of the children.
The children.
You know, when children or people on the mountain or people that live with simplicity, you know. In general, I'm not talking about having things or not material things. So what I'm talking about is the simplicity from the heart. When we're in this simplicity from the heart and in life, so that it's no gap, it's no distance. You know, you start to be free, and what you see and you speak and you do is an expression of your heart, of your essence, manifesting itself. So it's no more disconnection there or distance per se, in my perspective.
So as long as we are in our mind, we are creating words of distance and splitting, conceptual world thinking, but when we simply feel our heart, all this vanished.
Yeah. And it could be very practical. You know, not always we need to go in meditation in a monastery to do this. So sacredness could be here now from a mother, you know, having a baby that's screaming, and the ones that they have kids, they know how that feels, you know, early in the morning when you wake up and a baby want to drink or they have something. So you can, when we put all the heart into it, it's so sacred, you know, or wherever what we're doing, and the moment when we open the heart and we start to see with the eyes of the heart, it transforms in so much sacredness and so much beauty. And also there was a process for me to learn that. For me it was a process. I was more thinker. When somebody come with a background, I don't know, personality or more thinking, and I'm very analytical, and I was in a time where for me sacredness, holiness, or spirituality, or this feeling of the soul was just only in a space of a spiritual space, for example, in religion, or in a workshop, or in a meditation, or in a contemplation.
So
not in the daily life.
Not the daily life,
And start, you know, to be a process until I discover that. I give you an example, story. 2 years ago, I was with friends in the Titicaca, you know. For those that weren't there, it's an expansion, it's beautiful, so much peace. We were 3 weeks long doing ceremony, spiritual work, and we were, you know, having this blissful, amazing sensation, and we were done. And my friends from New York, they say, Maria Clara, ask the shaman, how can we expand and extend this feeling when we are back in New York?
Or at least keep them.
Yeah, exactly. How, you know, how can we do it? And I asked the shaman, and he looked at me, and he didn't get the question. And I said to my friend,
yes.
He didn't understand. So I asked him again. You know, so how can we bring all these amazing feelings of peace, of freedom, of love into the city? And he didn't get a question. And the moment, you know, and the third time, he started to look to me, and I to him saying, okay, how, you know, here's something that, why he didn't get the question. And so he said to me, Maria Clara, I'm a farmer. He didn't say, I'm a shaman. I'm a farmer. So when I'm, you know, they live in the high mountains in Peru and the Andes. When I'm there, I need to take care of my community, of the llamas, of the, you know, the cultivation of the potatoes and maize, but I do my meditations. What he wanted to say is, I do my inner work. I still connected. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm connected. And I see these guys, you know, also because more and more people in Europe and in other countries invite them to join different kind of workshops. And I have seen them, and if they're in ceremony in Peru or in New York or in San Francisco or in Germany, they are always wearing the poncho because they have a poncho. But for me was the metaphor in that. It's not the poncho per se, the poncho. Is they're being himself 24 hours, 7 days in a week. All what they're doing for them is spiritual. All what they're doing from them is come from the heart, is from the soul. It's they don't separate, you know. Doing my work is here, feeling that is here, or my vision and my dreams are there. It's totally aligned. It's totally aligned. And that is the essence of us, you know.
And to get your being aligned, it's quite a process, and then to maintain.
Yeah.
So you can fall down in any day if you.
Yeah, that's, we're a human person. It takes practice, you know. It is the practice.
Yeah.
And it is. So how one of these integration or alignment, I would say, is sometimes we are not aware that we are doing what we don't feel. So really from the heart, from your soul. Or what is, you're not doing what is aligned with your vision, with your dreams.
So you are not in your way, in a way.
You know, you are doing something, but it doesn't match to your heart and to your vision.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're feeling something, you know, but it's not aligned with. So there are these 3 ideas or centers. The expression of who I am through my work may be in alignment and connected with the heart.
So through you show this area of the body, of my work. Yes.
Exactly, is the work, the expression, the expression of my work,
to be
of
aligned
my
with
actions,
so
that my action may be in right relationship, the expression of my feelings, of the love, of this agape, of this unconditional love, and this love without conditions, right? Maybe also in right relationship or attuned with my essence and my dreams, my vision, my knowledge, my information, my expression of my intelligence also, you know.
So if a 40 years old woman come to you asking to be her mentor, for example, and ask you, Maria Clara, you see, I'm I feel that this is not my life. I feel that what I'm doing now, 8 hours a day, it's useless, even though I work hard to have this profession. I don't know what to do, the person continue. Because I don't want to lose all what I invest. I like in a way my profession, but the institution, I feel so there are the smell of anger, the smell of nonsense. What shall I do?
Yeah, for me, this woman is missing a purpose or meaning, you know.
Yes,
so they have done a lot of things and have reached them and accomplished them, but she's not satisfied.
Not
because
at all.
Then the satisfaction less, you know, just 5 minutes after shopping. But fulfillment is something else, you know. And when these questions comes, is because they are looking for fulfillment. They are looking for the soul. They are looking for a calling. That looking for something that is much bigger that I have done until now. It's not that is what I have done before. It's not good. It's not that. You know, it's part of the process, part of the maturity, it's part of what is supporting me to come today who I am. But it's much more than that. In general, I think is sometimes we identify who we are with what I'm doing or what I have learned.
What we have or do instead of what we are.
For example, I am Latino, or I am a doctor, or I'm an engineer, or I'm a man, or I'm African, or I'm an Asian, or I'm a mother, I'm a spouse, you know, I'm responsible for, I'm a cancer survivor. All these I am. But I'm not that. It's something that happened to me. It's something that perhaps I'm doing. It's a role, it's something that I can, it's an expression, but it's not who I am.
So, what are you, Maria Clara?
Where I am? I can say many things who I am, you know. So from one perspective, so literally we can say I'm a simple woman, you know, just a woman. And from another perspective, I can say, you know what, I'm a luminous being. I'm full of love. And I see that in you too. And we mirror each other's, you know, everybody in this world, every person, every person is an amazing, luminous being. Sometimes this word sounds, perhaps not everybody can identify or relate with this word, but when you come in the heart, we understand what it means, you know, and that is the essence for everybody, you know. So that
we are seeing now some pictures, beautiful pictures with you and different personalities. And here, for example, the mountains.
There's Juana Pasa, Nausangate, Alberto in class, Marcela, his wife.
Alberto.
Alberto is that is in a class, and it's an altar when our students come, so they put an altar. Exactly.
I think yes. Now Dr. Alberto Bilodo.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody knows about him. So you work with the doctor.
Yeah, presently I'm a member of his team. You know, in the faculty as assistant teacher. I work in the office as an academic advisor, as coordinator of several programs there, and I'm one of his graduates and also shaman practitioner. And
shall we see a short video with the doctor, please?
Yeah, sure, yes. And
shamanic spiritual experiences and mainstream modern leading-edge neuroscience.
Hi, my name is Alberto Violdo, and I'd like to tell you about One Spirit medicine. In order for us to heal ourselves, we need to step beyond the Western paradigm of disease. In the ancient shamanic traditions, there was only one ailment, which was our disconnection from spirit, and only one treatment, which was one spirit medicine. One spirit medicine is founded on three principles. The first one is that we have to repair our brain. When we repair our brain, we're able to heal our emotions. We cannot heal our emotions by talking about them. In fact, the only way to heal our emotions is to get rid of our emotions. Because emotions are ancient survival programs, programmed into a predatory and primitive region in the brain. A brain that lives on scarcity, a brain that lives on fear, a brain that projects its own turmoil onto others. Through One Spirit medicine, you'll learn how you can get rid of all of your emotions and replace them with feelings. Feelings are authentic. They don't last. Emotions linger. Emotions keep us angry with someone for 20 minutes or 20 days or 20 years. When we repair the brain, we heal ourselves of our emotions. And this book will tell you how you can do that in 6 weeks. The second step is that we need to repair our guts. The human body is a colony. 90% of our DNA belongs to microbes that are not even us. 600 different varieties of microbes that inhabit our gut and our skin and our mouth. And our microbe colonies are out of balance. In fact, so much so that we can no longer trust our gut instinct anymore because our gut has gone bad. In One Spirit medicine, we teach you how you can repair your gut through probiotics, through specialty probiotics that bring balance to the colony. Because when your gut is out, your instinct is gone. You start gravitating towards the wrong people, the wrong relationships, and the wrong decisions, and miss the great opportunities in life. When we reestablish our gut, what happens is that our allergies disappear. Our brain fog clears. We're able to sleep and to rest. And then our body is able to establish balance once again. The third cornerstone of One Spirit medicine is that we must experience states of communion with all of life. What has been described in the ancient literature as states of enlightenment, and that are available to us once we repair our brain. In these states of communion, we understand the oneness of spirit, and we are able to download from the great hard drive of the universe the techniques for dreaming a new world into being, for dreaming our health into being, for dreaming our relationships into being, for working actively with our abilities to create the world with beauty and with health and with generosity, and to create really the world that we want our children's children to inherit.
Yes, beautiful. I know the doctor's work for many, many years, and I think he was in Romania.
No, he was in Germany.
In Germany.
This year.
Not this year. Many years before.
Many years. Yes,
yes,
he was. Yeah. Yeah. And
One Spirit medicine, starting with the emotions. So we are conquered by fear, but all this primitive, ancient way of dealing with the universe. I don't know how to put it in words. So this is the third step, emotions.
Yeah, so first is to understand, because that we for sure, we have a physical body with the brain and mind, our emotions and our mind, and with all the beliefs and identifications and roles and projections there. And our soul and our spirit, So like different layers or levels to work. And what address One Spirit medicine is the wholeness of that. So we can do a lot of energetic work, but if the brain is damaged, is not updated, or if our gut, our liver is not, our physical body is not detoxed, it's still, you know, a lot of things that we don't need there, then we start to be thinking, oh, now I need another session, I need to do the next, I don't know, retreat, I need to do this and this. Yes. But actually what perhaps will be more helpful is to see, okay, what is going on in my brain? What is going on in my gut? What is going on in my physical body? How is going on in me? And it's what I'm feeling and sensing as an emotion. Is an emotion or is a disbalance in my gut? And so when we have a very clear brain, then is certainty, is clarity. With a very healthy brain, so the observer, you know, when talking about meditation, so the observer, when you start to feed and nurture your brain with omegas and good fats, you know, so the observer start to develop more, so it's more clarity. And that is what, in my case, for example, I started to have, I'm going to say, so I started to see more clear, detached from all the stories, mind reactions, mind behaviors, and to start to observe them. Instead, like a movie, you know, it's like the movie of our stories. That happened to me, and they're blaming this and there, and I'm, oh my God, I'm so, you know, poor here, and the other are responsible for my happiness, and la la la.
So your inner space increased, so you can detach the away.
When the brain is not healthy and the gut is not working well, and the physical body and our emotions are very entangled with that, we're inside the movie. And the movie of our stories is driving the car, you know, it's driving the direction of our lives.
Yes.
So you can do a lot of spiritual work, but it's missing, still missing this part. So we are connected, as I say, so our physical body, the psyche, the mind, the emotions, and our spirit, our soul. So taking care of all of them. You know, it's a lot of work, but it's possible. So you take care of the nutrition, you detox the body, you detox the emotional body, you detox them somehow, the energetic body with energetic work, and all of a sudden start to have more certainty and clarity, and that is the essence that we talk at the beginning, and this alignment that we talk in the beginning. You know, how can we align what I'm doing, what I feel, and what I see? It start to adjust to come the pieces together.
Yeah, so a multi-layer work, not a one-point work. For example, what shall I eat is not this the cosmic matter. Of course, it counts in this holistic perspective. So yeah.
And that is coming more and more, Matthew. You know, so the new medicine is more holistic. You know, it's the traditional medicine plus the energy medicine. So it's the medicine from the future. We need to address all these levels at once, but you work specifically in each of them.
You brought a book with you.
Yeah.
We have there the book. Shaman Healer
in Sage. Yeah, Shaman Healer in Sage is one of the bestsellers books from Dr. Villoldo, and I really like this book. I love them. It's for those who are interested and don't know too much about energy medicine and these ancient teachings. So it's a great book. It's it's a description about the anatomy of the energetic body, of the And some of the core of the interventions. So the shamans believe we have an energetic body that surrounds our physical body, and our energetic body is the one who holds the imprints or the blueprint, you can say, you know. So it's information, and this information informs the soul, informs the mind, informs the physical body.
In all tradition, we may find this this reality of the energetic body,
exactly,
with some differences.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, and in this book, there are these description also from some of the shamanic interventions. So that we teach us in class in 4 winds. Yeah, yeah.
Here on that table, our viewers may see some tools or some.
Yeah.
Yes. So those tools are used in opening.
Yeah. So in general, yeah. So then shamanic shaman's tools, so rattle and flourish water.
Yeah, flourish water. Yes.
And also
here
the medicine bundle.
Medicine bundle.
Yeah, there's collection. You know, it's a collection of different sacred objects, and so let's come to the medicine bundle, or the mesa, which is a collection of stones.
A collection of stones.
Yeah, and then traditionally, the calling and the mountain, how the community or the person knows that's being called from spirit to follow this path.
The calling. The calling.
You know, how would they do that, or how they know? Because the lightning comes, and when the lightning comes and they survive the lightning, or they're very, very close to a lightning, you know, because of the high mountains and the Andes. So everybody knows that it's a calling from spirit. So they're going to look for a mentor to teach this path. And in the process of the training, the students will receive directly from Mother Earth, directly from a certain space, a stone. And it's related with the healing process of the person. So what Alberto has done, he has synthesized all these ancient teachings and his background in neuroscience, and he created a curriculum and founded a school where we teach students, you know, to be modern shamans. And in the mesa, you go into, I will say, first a journey with 4 steps. One is the way of the healer, is in the first part of the process and the journey, and to heal your old stories and to shed them, you know, all at once, like the serpent. They shed all the old skin all at once, not piece by piece, telling about it, not piece by piece, you know, working of it, no, all of them, skin. And transform that and start to be a person that walks in beauty in the earth. Then in the second part of the process, the second part of the journey, is the way of the luminous warrior. And a luminous warrior is a person of power, but it's a person who lives in peace. And how can I live in peace, you know, if I'm carried so much anger or fear, resentment, or, you know, which we all human beings have been going through it. So emotions, when emotions triggers us more than 20 minutes, it's a signal for us to know, okay, I think I need to heal something here. And to start to see if no longer anger lives within me. So I'm going to be attracting peace and be a person of peace. And the person that they calm the situation, it's going to be totally different, you know. So it's, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful part of the journey. And then we go, and the next step, which is the way of the sage.
So after the
way of the healer, the way of the luminous warrior, we go into the way of the sage, and it's connected a person, a sage, a person of wisdom, so that you no longer learn your lessons through situations in a hard way, so that you learn your lessons directly to the divine, that we no longer need somebody to intervene or speak for us with the divine. And although I was grown in a religion, you know, and have somebody talking for me with spirit or the divine, so native people, they don't have that, because spirituality was before religion. And so the connection with nature, the forces of nature is directly, we all can do that. And that is in the way of the sage, is you are the one that you're looking for, you know. And beautiful teachings there too. And then we come to the last, you know, I'm looking because you see in the Mason there are these four corners, and then at the end we come in the fourth step, which is the way of the visionary.
A visionary.
And to become a person of vision. So sometimes we have somebody bringing visions for us or dreams for us, and we work for somebody else, fulfilling the visions and dreams from somebody else. So how can I, you know, be a person of vision? For us is a medicine there that bring us much, much, much higher of the situation per se. And you start to see all the past, the present, and the future, who you are becoming, you know. And for that have to do with destiny, no longer from fate, no longer for a force that I'm going to give you an example. If my grandmother and my grandfather and my great-great-grandmother and my great-great-grandfather, all they were musicians, I have a high percentage that I'm going to be a musician too. But how about if I want to be an engineer? You know, it's not going, it's a bit tough. But if my destiny and my vision and my dreams and my potentials, that is the point, if my great potentials are being expressed through being an engineer, how can I change that? It start to work into my destiny. All the healings, all the journey before we support me to start to move all these layers, all these lines of fate into destiny. And for that, we need to detach to the stories. We need to elevate ourselves. We need we need some sharpness, you know, to see the details and see also the micro and the macro picture of our lives. And our lives is not only here, what happened to me, what I'm doing, is who I am becoming. And when talking about this, and Alberto mentioned it too, is how about to think who I'm becoming in 10,000 years from now? You know, not only, and many from us, we're busy and occupied with the next vacation, with and it's okay, you know, with if you have kids, if they're going to do great at school, or
maybe 2 years, 3 years, but not
exactly, 10, or 10 years from now,
not
you know,
thousands of years.
But how about to think, and that is why the expression or the definition, who we are luminous beings, so we're spiritual beings living in this experience in this earth. So it's a combination of both, you know, being grounded, doing what we need to do, and be focused and responsible for that, and with happiness and sacredness, and at the same time to have this vision, this great picture of our journey, of our destiny. And that is from the question I'm going to entangle with the woman when she's coming. She say, you know what, I have done all this, I have reached all that, but I'm not satisfied. Something is missing. What is? It's to look for the destiny, and your destiny is something else. It's something. It's unknown, and that is beautiful because it's unknown, it's unfamiliar, and our potentials there. They're going to bring so much beauty of
mystery
who you
and creativity.
Really.
Shall we see another short video with
sure.
Maria Clara?
Wisdom keepers talk about a new era of the luminous ones, that we all are going to be our becoming is to be a luminous person. And you see when somebody's happy, how they illuminate all the room. Or somebody laughing from inside themselves, illuminate everything. And so simple could be to be a luminous one. Sometimes people, we get caught in spirituality and consciousness and all the things because it's more trying to, I don't have the background in knowledge and information of this. And my understanding comes from simple pictures, like nature. It's amazing science. It's amazing because it explains us and enrich us how we can see things, life, everything, ourselves, everything. It's nice to know it. And it's so complex, like science too. It's really complex. And at the same time, it's so simple. This is the paradox. I hear that Spirit teach us through paradox. Beyond paradox is peace.
Mm-hmm. Paradox. Yeah. When we find a paradox, this is a window, in fact, a chance, an opportunity to see better, to better see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge wisdom also in a paradox, you know. Already big wisdom there in this space. From the known and the unknown, from the certain and uncertain, you know, for this, yeah.
Maria Clara, we only have 2 minutes to live in beauty, to hear our calling. Not in the hard way, yes, but in the easy way.
Exactly. So, yeah. So, to the practice of beauty. The practice of beauty is you can find beauty in all situations, also in the challenges, also in the difficulties. Some people see just the difficulty, but they don't see the beauty into the difficulty. Or some people, you know, they can have anything or everything and still don't see beauty. So the beauty, it's always to look, you know, very for this little window and see, okay, and you pick the flower, you know, and you pick the flower from the situation that you are in, and then it's going to transform differently. It's going to transform into a garden of teachings, of wisdom, of experience.
Beauty in the front of me, beauty in the back,
yeah,
in the left, in the right, the Mother Earth and the fathers.
And to find the beauty within us is also very important. So sometimes we address many things outside in the spirit, you know, and we separate sometimes ourselves from the divine, but it's to know also within, you know, within.
The beauty of our body?
Our body, our mind, our soul, our who we are. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Maria Clara, for sharing with us and for creating this space in the Four Winds.
Thank you to you for having me, for inviting me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And